Yeah. We all know the problems of a typical American suburb. They're car-centric, economically unsustainable, ugly, boring, they're uninspiring, have poor land uses, cause loneliness, on and on and on. And while that is all true, I'm not trying to make another video of bashing the suburbs, completely give up hope, and concede that America is foobarred. Look that one up. The fact of the matter is, over half of the US population live in the suburbs, and they have their purpose, especially for larger families. More space and better schools are hard to pass up while raising kids. With that said, I have scoured the map and dove into the research to find the most well-designed suburbs in the country that go against the grain and provide a relatively more quote-unquote urban feel. And no, we aren't talking about the old streetcar suburbs, as most of those areas have been annexed by the city and are really considered a part of the urban core these days, like Capitol Hill or City Park West in Denver. We are talking about suburbs that are strictly outside of the city limits. And no, I'm not trying to say that you can easily live without a car in these suburbs, although I would love to hear from someone who does. Here are Denver's 3 most well-designed suburbs that won't crush your soul. And the first suburb is Arvada. About 10 miles northwest of downtown Denver, Arvada is a fairly large town at over 40 square miles, but with a decent amount of density at over 3,100 people per square mile. Just for context, the density in the Denver city limits is roughly 4,600 people per square mile. So right away, the first thing we're going to look for is, does it have access to transit? Yes, it does. You can get to Union Station from Arvada in about 25 minutes on the G line. There are actually 4 stops in Arvada along the G line: Arvada Gold Strike Station, Old Town Arvada, Arvada Ridge, and Wheat Ridge Ward. Most folks are going to use these train stations as a park and ride for commuting downtown, but it's better than nothing. The second thing we want to see is a relatively organized street pattern without too many dead ends and inefficient land uses. And we see that here, especially closer to Old Town Arvada, as compared to Columbine, which is more of a cul-de-sac type suburb designed solely for the car with virtually no mixed uses at all. The third thing we like to see is some good walkable infrastructure. I'm not expecting to see every street filled with pedestrians under a beautiful treescape, but at least a couple areas where the people of Arvada can get together outside of their work and homes. Commonly referred to as the third place, which is usually sorely lacking in the suburbs and a major cause of loneliness and isolation. But Arvada doesn't have that problem. More specifically in Old Town Arvada, with a diverse array of shops, boutiques, galleries, events, restaurants, breweries, wineries, Old Town basically has all of the amenities of a thriving urban hub, but on a smaller scale. The walk score in Old Town Arvada is 95. That's as good as it gets. As we branch further out and go along the residential streets, sidewalks are hit or miss. Wait, are we considering this a sidewalk? Ay. Suburbs are gonna suburb. Denver never lets you down when it comes to biking. The Ralston Creek Trail cuts through Arvada and provides miles of safe and scenic routes that can take you just about anywhere. The housing stock is on the older side, but that isn't keeping house prices down, let me tell ya. I was not expecting it to be this high, but then again, it is the most unaffordable time to buy a house in over 40 years. I'm scared to see what the median home price is in the next suburb, which is Golden. First of all, great name, Golden, Colorado. Located at the foot of the Rocky Mountains and home to the Coors Brewery, although I am more of a Miller Lite guy myself. It's much smaller than Arvada in land area and population at only 9 square miles and about 20,000 residents. The light rail doesn't quite make it to the town center, although it is called the Golden Station. This is going to be another park or bike and ride situation, but again, better than 95% of the suburbs in America. I'm curious, does anyone who lives in Golden use the light rail to get to the airport? It takes about 90 minutes via train, but only 45 minutes via car. Tough trade-off there. You got a decently neat little grid street system here with numbered streets, very convenient for getting around on foot, and many people do, as it has an impressive 88 walk score. Downtown Golden's got that old small town feel in a good way. So many great little places to eat and grab a coffee or a beer. Man, I'd kill to be sitting out on one of those patios right now. As we explore further out into the residential area, again with these tiny little sidewalks. It's like walking on a tightrope, man. Denver is full of these creek trails, and Golden is no different with the Clear Creek Trail cutting right through the middle of town. You can bike all the way to downtown Denver. That is killer. All right, you may want to skip past this section if you're in the market for a home. The median home price is a whopping $842,000. Woof. But screw it, we can all dream, can't we? If I had an unlimited budget, then I'll gladly throw down $4 million for this beaut. And finally, 10 miles due south of downtown Denver is Littleton. It's more dense than Arvada and Golden. Littleton is 13 square miles with a population of about 47,000 people. The D-line makes 2 stops in Littleton, Littleton Downtown and Littleton Mineral. Similar to Arvada and Golden, it has a central area for folks to congregate that isn't just strip malls and big box stores. From antique shops to cozy, relaxed eateries, restaurants, and bars, Main Street has a little bit of everything for everyone. But what about further into the residential parts of town? Hey look! Real sidewalks. Littleton's got multiple creek trails that will take you right to the light rail station, so it's not completely inconceivable to live car-free here. Compared to Golden, Littleton is a bargain at only a measly $642,000 median home price. I wanted to highlight the suburbs in Denver first because if I had to live in the suburbs, it would definitely be in the suburbs of Denver. Why? Mostly because of the Rocky Mountains and all the fun they can provide year-round. All right, Denver suburbanites, did I get it right? I am so ready for all the hate in the comments for not mentioning Boulder.